Over 50% of adults are single. That's up from 22% just 2 generations ago. More and more people are either unable to find a partner or choosing to remain single. In this video, we're going over why remaining single might be the best option for you right now, and how can you use this period to become the best version of you. So let's get into it. Outside of the border stuff like polyamory and the early stages of dating, people generally fall into 2 buckets. They're in a relationship or they're single. The idea of relationships has been around for thousands of years, and as the red pill community likes to point out, there was a time where men wanted to spread their seed with many different women without having to commit to one. But that era was short-lived, because humans' main driver is survival and evolution. And if the man was to just spread his seed, that child would grow up a lot weaker than it would be with a father figure there to support the woman. So the committed relationship became a necessity for human evolution. It's literally hardwired into us to seek that one-on-one connection with another human. Otherwise, humanity wouldn't be around that long, would it? Now, enough about relationships. Let's look at the other side of the coin, which is being single. When should you choose to remain single in your life to better serve your long-term goals? Being single isn't proof that you've been rejected by the world. It's a sign that you've taken a look at your options and you've decided to be single. People can make being single mean so much about them. They feel shame or embarrassment around it. I want this to sink in for you. It's better to be alone than to be with someone who makes you feel alone. Most people in a relationship are actually miserable, despite what they show on social media. 90% of relationships before the age of 30 end in heartbreak. Let's get into the 5 things that you need to consider if you're thinking about remaining single. Number 1 is you're emotionally reactive. You're constantly being set off by different triggers in your life. You're always getting upset, angry, or agitated with your surroundings, whether that be in your work, with your family, or with your friends. If you're easily set off by your current environment, then this is a sure sign that maybe you should remain single. Because when you get into a relationship, your partner will be the biggest mirror for you, shining back everything that you don't like about yourself. If there's things that you feel shame, anger, or jealousy around, you sure as shit better realize that stuff's gonna come out in a relationship. Being alone means not inflicting yourself on others. You're not having these emotional reactions while you're in a relationship. Because if you do that, it could add a layer of guilt on top of what you're already feeling. Not a great cocktail of emotions, is it? So if you feel like you get triggered easily, adding a romantic partner on top of that is only gonna amplify it. Talk about amplifying. Number 2 is you're not happy in yourself. Love is like money. It's neither good or bad. It's just an amplifier. If you give money to a drug addict, they'll probably buy more drugs and it won't be a good ending. If you give money to a philanthropist, they'll probably feed more children or save more animals. Love can be the best thing in the world or it can be the worst thing. It all depends on the person, right? Which is you. If you're a jealous person, love's just going to amplify that jealousy. If you're an anxious person, love's just going to amplify that anxiety. But if you're a confident person, love's going to amplify the confidence. If you're a happy person, love's going to amplify that happiness. You get the point, right? Your relationship status doesn't determine your happiness. You determine your happiness. If you're unhappy single, you're going to be unhappy in a relationship. The main priority inside and outside of a relationship is you. So if you don't feel like you're overall happy in life, it's best to stay single and work on that before adding the amplifier of love. Many people don't know what makes them happy though, which leads into number 3. You don't know yourself yet. If you don't know yourself yet, how are you going to find the right person? All you're going to do is change yourself to fit whatever the other person wants you to be. Being single is such an important and amazing time. It's where you have the most freedom. You get to explore, you get to mess up, you get to learn things about yourself. You get to discover what actually makes you happy. If you don't know what makes you happy yet, it means you haven't tried enough things. And if you don't feel like you've got your life together, guess what? Nobody feels like they got their life totally together. You're exactly where you need to be. It means that you're able to go out there and experience life, become your own person without any commitments or expectations from others. Being single gets to be your superpower to find out who you are and discover what actually makes you happy. Once you've done that, reason 4 you might want to remain single is you're unsure of your future. You haven't got a clear vision of what you're wanting your life to look like. I see so many people get into a relationship and give up on all their hopes and dreams to be in a relationship where they're not even happy. Their partner's goals and dreams become their goals and dreams. Their partner's hobbies and interests become their hobbies and interests. When people do this and sacrifice what they want, or they don't even know what they want, they feel smothered and consumed by the other person. In a relationship, the person who is most sure of themselves can end up dominating the direction of that relationship. This leads to you moving further and further away from the person you truly are and the goals and dreams that you've set out for yourself. This is one of the reasons people are so unhappy in relationships, because they've never taken the time to be single and figure out who they are and what they actually want from life. And then number 5 is you feel emotionally desperate. Who you decide to spend the rest of your life with will be one of the biggest decisions you ever make. So don't go into it if you feel emotionally desperate. When someone is starving, they will eat anything. Emotional desperation can lead to you choosing the closest or easiest option, even if it's not what you really want. You're acting from a place of lack and need rather than want and abundance. This can lead to so many problems down the line in that relationship. But people can get deluded that a romantic relationship is the only source of love in their life, and this is so far from reality. There are so many ways that you can get your needs met outside of a relationship. Learning to cultivate love from different areas of your life will be essential to overcome any feelings of emotional desperation. There are 5 main love languages. there's quality time, gifts, acts of service, physical touch, and there's words of affirmation. All these 5 are available outside of a relationship. You can get it from friends, family, or even strangers. You must be able to self-reflect on what it is you're actually needing right now and have the confidence to ask that of the people around you. This way, you won't be chasing a relationship just to feel less lonely. If we can thrive in solitude, we won't fear being alone. If you feel lonely when you're alone, it means you're in bad company. There are so many benefits to staying single, and it might be the best option for you right now. Learn to be self-sufficient. This will massively increase your odds of creating a thriving relationship when you do decide you want one. Also, sexual desire and chasing another person can be such a big waste of time and energy. If you're working on something meaningful, put your attention towards that instead of focusing on chasing people. Final note is, you'll never find someone perfect. You'll find someone and you'll make it perfect. And to help you out with that, we created an ebook on the 8 principles to mastering your relationships. Even if you're single right now, this will help you so much develop your knowledge around relationships and your personal development. The knowledge from investing over $50,000 in different coaches and trainings, as well as serving hundreds of clients, has gone into this ebook, which you can grab in the description right now for free. If you've watched this video and recognize that you do want a relationship, watch this video next, where you'll be receiving a 7-point checklist on everything you need before entering a relationship. Other than that, thank you so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button, where we'll be posting 4 weekly videos on all things mastering your relationships and mastering your single life. Till then, see you next week.